Shine of Truth. The place where I am is Poland. However, I look for the sources of truth everywhere, especially in the literature and novels by Thomas Mann, who came from a respected Lübeck family of patricians and merchants, the Mann family. His wife Katja née Pringsheim was the inspiration for several of his characters and literary works. His elder brother Heinrich and 4 of his 6 children, Erika, Klaus, Golo and Monika, were also writers. I believe that the example of the elder brother, Henrik, will become the happy fate of every Christian. I am therefore inclined to move for universal authoritarianism, to superiority, to instilling confidence in family values. On September 10, 2023, the Church will beatify the Olma family, who saved Jews during the Nazi occupation and were murdered by Nazi Germany. Who is telling the truth now? The Church, yes, but let religion meet something new, a new idea of the community of tomorrow. It will only put it to the test and test it. Christian commitment to a positive life increases with the parliamentary elections in Poland, when the thought of death again increases immeasurably. It is probably impossible to live mentally, psychically, without desire. Not wanting to do something is not part of life in the long run. We do not want a parliamentary party economy that only pollutes life with politics. We do not want politics in the dimension shown by Adolf Hitler. This skepticism is very widespread today. To what extent social intimidation is spreading, how much misery, disgrace, corruption, blood, tears, despair, and suicide it has caused, how much it can look for its mountain habitat and feel great historically, but its cane is broken. Instead, we want objectivity, order and decency. The bad news is that today's world consists of wasp nests, and it's not hard to fall into them, especially when we mean caring for truth and justice. So in the meantime, let's try to deal with the important things every day, I would say here, but let's just do it so that we can sleep soundly at night. The classic peace between reality and thought has always been difficult to achieve. We have succeeded in this technical generation at the threshold of the 3rd millennium, I believe. And from here I make an appeal to young people now. Brave, wonderful young people. You did not die in vain. You will not be forgotten. Thanks to God. We also will not forget about religion, which is a reverence for eternal values. It is reverence above all for the mystery that is man. Back to my first thought. In Poland, we are too open to politics, which in my opinion makes people primitive, vulgar, and stupid. Jealousy, impudence, and lust are all that he teaches, and only the bourgeoisie believes that sin and morality are opposed concepts. They are one and the same, that without the knowledge of sin, without succumbing to what is harmful and destructive, all morality is but a foolish virtue. Meanwhile, we can imagine God without the Church, but not the Church without God. Let's make time for God in our hearts, and for hospitality, for eternal values. May peoples and nations become rich through Christian work transformed by global tolerance. The latter becomes a crime when it is aimed at evil. The spiritual man seeks truths that hurt him, almost as donkey seeks truths that flatter him. Happiness comes to those who expect it. They just have to keep the door open. That's why I tell you, I will never forget my love for the magic of Christmas. Throughout the time of growing up and self-discovery in the People's Republic of Poland, then gaining awareness in the Third Polish Republic, I still feel privileged by nature that I can live for God and His Mother, as well as open to the nobility of tomorrow's humanity. And that's what I've been telling you for years. At the same time, I am deeply convinced that the Polish people will never be able to love political democracy enough, for the simple reason that they cannot love politics as such, and that the authoritarian state, so condemned by citizens, is ironically the right and indeed desirable form of government. Let us believe in the wise awareness of Polish history. There is hardly a statesman who has achieved great things without asking himself whether he can still be considered a decent man. Thinking and giving thanks are related words. So let's first thank the life in which we are considering all this. And happiness can only be found in the two poles of the interpersonal bond, where there are words or no words, in the gaze and in the embrace, because only there